So, okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Okay, let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So we are learning the gerund and infinitive, how to form. So in lesson 9, Parliament easy. So now we are here. So root word, you see. So briefly, we can say in Pali, gerund form are derived from the, root as well as from base. So now what that root word mean to say, but as a present as a present but form, so root word and then sign R and then D. So presented that by singular we already learned. So he says. So from that present verb, so if we remove, D, so the remaining one, what that is base, present base. So to the present base by adding doa, and before the doa is inserted, so what date doa for gerund form, and the what did do infinitive form. Okay, so actually the forming gerund or infinitive from the base is very simple by adding the gerund suffix doa and the infinitive suffix do, and before the doa and do is inserted, just that. So maybe vowel elation will be there. Okay, so and then next, so root ga, to smell, the sense or smell of flowers or bad smell or something like that. So here root ga is maybe fourth group sign, yeah, or third group sign, yeah. So that is an gaya. Okay, gaya and the D. So gaya, he smells. So from that one, we take base. So gaya. And then by adding the doa, it inserted gaya doa. And by adding do, it inserted so gaya do. Okay. So very simple. And then the next verb is sword. Sword is not Pali stage, not pure Pali word. So we don't have that is sword root. So actually, to understand that one, so root is odd. Okay, root is odd mean, to eat. Okay, so sign is up, and then D. So we have the adadi. Adadi means he eats. So that root with the prefix su. Su mean well. And then root art. So root art means to eat. So now together, the meaning is, eat well. So that means taste. To taste. So sign is R and the D actually should be in this way. So at that time, we have this Su, Ad, R, and D. Su, Adadi. So Su, Adadi here. So two vowels together. So commonly, this formula, you need to know that U or U. So followed by the any vowel. Okay, so do, so U or U, change to the wa or replaced by the wa. So to avoid the, double vowels together. So formal vowel change to the wa, change the consonant in this way. So at that time, here, by applying that formula, we have the swad, D. So here also, I repeatedly told you, at the beginning of a root or a word, if we see the double consonants, entirely rarely allowed, hardly allowed. So at the time, if we see the double consonant, so double consonants at very beginning. So when you see such a position, one is one of them is, dropped. And then another one is vowel insertion. So maybe any vowel of the R, E, so E or U is inserted between them. So in this way, we solve such a problem, such a word. So if we see that is right here, double consonant at the very beginning, you see. So at the time, here, why not this one? In this way. So sawa to the sa, and then one of them is dropped. So sa. So that is why. So we have the sa daddy. Sa daddy. In this way. Sa daddy. And then so now currently position, oh sorry, sign is yeah, no. Okay, yeah. So yeah sign, and then now currently, root is remaining as a, so later root is, like the side. So here also, in Pali, some root. So, root car. So sometimes, contracted form as a, ga. The same sense, just word is different. The same way, root, gam, also contracted as a, ga. In this, here also sat is, so contracted as a, sa. So that is why. Simply we can say, to remember easily, root is sa. That means to taste. And then sign is ya. And then di. So we have the present verb form, sa, ya, di. Okay, so, but in Parliament easy, settle the order using this one as a root. That is, intermediate stage, not root stage. Okay, so root should be sa, that is why sa. But, so when you trace back, that is derived from the, soup prefix root ad. But later, so we contract it as a sa. Also, we use as a root in a simpler way. Okay, so that is why, finally we have this sa. So that is why here, instead of saying sword, we should say sa very simply. Sa, root sa. And the sign is ya, and then di. So sa, ya, di, he, taste. Okay.
Sayadaw, could you please go back to your notes? So when the size is ya and the last verb is sadayati, you see? Right there where your cursor's the same line. And then, yeah, and da got dropped.
No. So this one is a positive form. Actually, so before adding the ya, this sad is changed to this sa, contracted as a sa. Like this. After that, ya, and then di in this way. I mean.
Okay. Thank you, Pal.
Okay. So now these formula you need to remember. Whenever we see such a position, so such a change, commonly happen. So now, so we understand the SID form. So from the SID, we take the SID base, E insertion door, SID door, and the SID door. Okay. So only this sword. So we need to understand in this way. Okay, let's move to the next page. So root push. Root push, all of them here, most of them are, sensitive verb. You see, to smell, to taste, and now to touch, and then to think. Okay. So related to the, sense. So here, root push to touch, sign is a pusa di. So pusi doa, pusi do. Okay, change. Here, change day, you see. Sign is a, change day. That is why, even though, to the base, power base, doa, and do is inserted, no e insertion there. No e insertion there. So change it doa, change it do. Because base is ending in the a. Okay. And then, so here, rookie mean to buy. So sign is na. So finally, present base is ki na. Ki na. Okay. Ki na. So from the ki na base, ki ne doa and the ki ni do. So from the root ki, so e is changed to the a, get doa and the so ki do. Okay. At the very beginning, when I explained, so that was maybe one of students so shows the dictionary in the dictionary. So instead of get the wa, so get the wa, we can see get the wa. Okay, sorry, dictionary. So we can't find the get the wa, only the long one, get the wa, right? So here you see gate door in the Gerund form have been bought. So Gerund form of the key nadi gate door. So in the Soda Central also, yeah, that gate door we can find, but not in the PTS Pali English dictionary. So, but here, so we are learning the grammar now. So that is why some form so cannot be found in the original Pali canon, but grammatically they can be in this way. So that is why some form is possible what we could not find in the context. We could not find it in the canon, in the commentary or sub-commentary like that, but grammatically possible. So that's just grammar form also we can say. So, but the other one, like so the same form, root ni, mean to lead or to carry. So for the gerund, so we have the, need to. And then for the infinitive, we have the need to. The same way, another root is root G. We already see that one. To conquer. Also, for the gerund, so we have the, J to E is changed to the A. And for the J to. So in this way, many form we have. But for the get maybe because of that, the order of parliament easy at this form. So get and the get. So taking the example of the root need maybe. So now kini from the base, get is from the root. Okay. Now next form is we brief is root key. We brief is root key. So but present form is wiki nadi. Wiki nadi. So from the wiki na, we have the wiki nadawa and the so wiki niya. Okay. Wiki niya. Both of these are from the base. Wiki na, wiki niya, wiki nadawa, wiki niya. So wicked are also possible, but not here. And the wiki need don't for the infinitive. And the wiki do, that is from the root. Wiki do. Okay, so here we are forming the gerund and infinitive are simply the same to each other. But here's one more information. So root key means to buy, you see. Okay. So as a present verb, ki na di. But with the weak prefix, root ki mean opposite meaning to sell. So actually it should be wiki na di. but so here got double. So waking nadi. Okay, got become the double. So now let's see in the dictionary. So ki nadi or waking nadi, you see. Waking nadi, we and the ki nadi. So let's see ki nadi. You see, root is kari. Root is kari, you see. So at the very beginning of the root, so double consonant, you see. So root is kari, and then from that one. So at the very beginning, that is kara to the kaka, and the kaka become the ka. One of them is dropped. In this way, so we use root key. So elation of this key is not permanent, not permanently. So when preceding word is added, so that got appear again like this. Okay. So now, related to this one, we need to know another formula. So when we see at the very beginning rasal, so after that, maybe na or the ta followed. So at that time, those. So that na, because of influence of this ra sound, when we pronounce ra, that is retroflex, our tongue return inside, return ra, right? That is why na also, Dante na change to the retroflex na in this way. So that is a not become the or with the dot. The same way da also become the with the dot. So Dante to the retroflex sound. This formula. So that is fine here. So when I explain that one, briefly I explain. So rookie, and its sign is actually na, but so na is changed to the na. So that is how we have the kina in this way. But this e also first stage, so e also become the short. But for this one, we don't have a reason. First stage e becomes short and not. So here not to the na, we have the reason because ra sound is silent there. Agree because of elation in this way. So that is this formula you need to remember. So that is why here ki na. So when we see the ki na form, we may confuse na originally with the dot, retroflex, not like that. Originally without dot. So the same way here. So we prefix root is kari, okay, and then na. So in this stage, so kara to the kaka, and then e become short, and then na to the na. So that is how we have the wakey na this way. After that, the wakey na. Wakey na. So now step by step some philosophy, grammarian philosophy, or some such a information I introduce step by step. Please note then that in your note collectively. So later when you review, so you can remember easily. So you could not find so easily those information maybe in the some higher grammar, so very advanced grammar like the so Geiger, like the William Geiger Pali grammar, maybe in that book, but quite difficult to find it there. Quite difficult to find in that one also, because many information there. Okay, so for the basic, so even though higher knowledge, but you should know to get the, the logical explanation. That is, step by step I introduced. Okay, so now wiki na. So wiki na from the base. So wiki need dawa and the wiki need do. And then with the ya side. So wiki ya surface, wiki ni ya. Because of we preface. And the wiki do, that is from the root. Okay. Okay, only this form is difficult to understand. So now next is a root this. Root this. So sinus A, you see, sinus A causative or 7 group sign. That is, and the meaning is 2 is bound, not to see. Okay, 2 is bound. So they say D, and from the they say the word, they say don't. And the root batch to cook, sinus up budget D. So budget base door and the eat insertion budget door. So budget do. And the root butch. Okay, here missing. So root is butch. Also to eat, like the odd. So sign is neze, negahita, and the up. So we have the boom ja, and then negida change the nya. We have the bone ja. Okay. So this negahita should be put before the last consonant of the root. Okay, so that is that's the form should be understood is bone ja, but here negahita, so followed by the platter consonant. That is why negahita is changed to the ending consonant of that platter group nya. So ja cha ja ja nya, right? To be the same group, right? So bone ja, and then the bone ja di. So from that bone ja, we base form is bone ja, door, gerund surface. Before the door, it is inserted because of bone ja base, right? So this vowel get dropped. So bone j door, and then gerund form, infinitive form is bone ji do. So another form is root butch. To the butch, door is directly added. So at that time, firstly, butch door. So here, treble consonant, you see, that is when this ja get dropped. So both door, okay, both door. So for the infinitive also, root is butch, and the dong, infinitive surface. So butch and the dong. But here you see only double consonant, but different group. So to be the same group, ja follow to the da. So ja da become the da da. That is why actually it should be both do. But so u is changed to the o. That is why, Buddha. Okay, Buddha. You see here, Buddha, Buddha. But Gerund form is just Buddha, ja is drop. But for the infinitive, so ja follow to the da in assimilation. So, and the root dan to punish. So sign is ya, sign is aya, 7 sign group aya. So dandaya, dandaya. So dandayati, dandayate the word, even though it is 7 sign group, 7 group sign, but Babel base is not ending in the A, ending in the A, you see, aya, dandaya. That is why here E insertion. E insertion, dandayate the word, and the dandayate do. So root da to run very beginning we already. So Dawid dawa, Dawid do. Okay. And the root car also to do to make. So karoti. So karit dawa, karito from the base. But for the infinitive, for the root car, sun is O, and then D, we have the karoti, right? So from the karoti, we take the karo base, right? And then doa is added. So before the doa, it is inserted. And then dome also is inserted. That is why all is dropped. So kari doa, and then kari do. So very simple. But so rukar and doa is added. So at that time, here kar doa. Here also you see triple consonant. So that is a ra gets dropped. So we have the kat doa. But for the infinitive root kara and the do. So now we have the karato. Karato here, ra and da, different consonant. So that is the first form is ra da, ra follow to the da. So ra da become the da da. So that is why we have the kato. And the another form is rukar. That rukar is contracted as a ka and then do. So we have the another form, ka do also. Two forms, kato and the kato. Kato and the kato. Katon is assimilation, ra da to the da da. Kadon is so kar contracted as a ka. So that one also logically you see root jan contract as a ja, and then root kar contracted as a ka, and then root gam so contracted as a ka. So that one also related to the this formula. Maybe when I explain the Bakpoya form, so long vowel. So long vowel. So single consonant. So equal to the, so short vowel and the double consonant, right? So the same way, even though, you know, short vowel, so single consonant equal to the only long vowel. Only long vowel. So that means here you see short vowel consonant, single consonant equal to the long vowel. So that means logically we can explain. So na is drop, but as a compensation, so short vowel become long. The same way ra gets dropped, but as a compensation, so R become loud. The same way ma gets dropped, the R become loud as a compensation. Compensation. So in this way we can understand. But as a formula, we can see short vowel single consonant equal to the long vowel. So the same long vowel. So short to the long, R to the R, E to the E, right there. So that is here ka. Okay. So kadawa kato. So but here only, you know, kato from katom also possible. Katom also. You can see later. Maybe in the dictionary also we can find that kato. Very common one actually, but not included in the book. Kato. Oh, included but not get provided the meaning. So now ruhan. Ruhan is to kill or to harm. So handy, hanadi. Handy is irregular form without applying the conjugational sign. So, but gerund is handawa, directly to the root, and the handon directly to the root. We don't need to change anything because na and da are already the same group. Another triple consonant here allowed in this one, na and the da wa, right? So, and the next is anusasati. Anusasati here also some words are missing. Anu root is sas, meaning to admonish. To admonish. Sign is a and the D. So anusasati. Okay. So from the anusasati, gerund form. So anusasate dwa to the base. Dwa is added and the E is insertion. And then another form is anusasiya. Also, you know, ya suffix, but before the ya is inserted, anusasiya. Okay. Two forms, you see. Anusasiya, anusasitawa. But for the infinitive, anusasito. Okay, all of them are from the base, see? And also root jiva, so to live long life. To live on. So jivati, to be alive, not to stay, says. So not to stay. So jivati, sinus R. So jiva dawa from the jiva base. Jivi don also from the jiva base. So here rupa, to drink. but present form is bivati. So biwetawa, biwito. Biwetawa, biwito. So actually for this rule also, root bar, but that root bar has a natural change into the biva. Okay, biva, to drink. But the root come to the kaj, tab the date or tab the taha like that, to drink water. So, and the sign a, and then t. So we have the biva t. Okay, so now we finish all of these verbs, how to form gerund and how to form to the infinitive. Okay, here's some more information. So note one. Sometimes the letter na is added to the doa. So other than gerund form will be doana. So actually doa suffix, but na is added. So gandoa, from the gandoana, from the tatdoana, from the wasedoana. So that is such a form is, here not letter can be said as a filler word. No more meaning, no more special meaning, just a filler word. Maybe in poetic literature. So in poetic literature, number of stanza, number of bases are important. So other than to fill number of words, to fill number of letters. So after the doa, such a na, so commonly can be found instead of the gandoa, so gandoa na, like that. But no more meaning, no more any special meaning. Okay, there's no one. And note two, we already, so when the root is preceded by the, any brief phase at the time, so that root has a chance to apply the gerund suffix ya instead of the doa. Doa also, and then sometimes with the ya also can be found. Okay. So here, nisitja. So nisidati, nisidawa, nisitja. So daya become the, so ni brief is the root side, and the da and ya. So palatalization, you remember? So daya to the ja, daya to the, ja. So palatalization. So nisatja. Okay, and the agama. And then now, so just a few vocabulary. So temporal adverb. So ija mean today, and suwe mean tomorrow. So sa means she. So ama means yes. Okay, so related though. So ija today, and heyo. So yesterday. And suwe. And also another form is sui. Tomorrow. Ija today, heyo yesterday, sui, so tomorrow. So and then, so so mean he, masculine gender, later was male gender. And then so sa mean, she for the female gender. Later we will see how to take. Okay, now just to understand the meaning. So okay, we have 10 minutes to practice the exercise. So translate into English. Okay. Hado.
Yes. Excuse me, Bante. Could you please share with us that, like I was saying, that the gerund and infinitive, in fact, it can, in some of the verb, it can be formed by the root or from the verb base. But another gerund and infinitive, it just can be formed by the root base, by the verb base only. For example, that we have root G to conquer. It's also gerund and infinitive can be formed both from the root or from the verb base. But for the root G to collect, it just can be formed gerund and infinitive from the verb base only. So is that any rules or principle that we can recognize that which type of the root or the verb base can be formed to the gerund and the infinitive?
For that, actually no more rules. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
So, but maybe it can be said in this way. So, you know, Pali language can be divided into 4 stages. So 4 stages of Pali language. So one is, like the ancient or very ancient stage, like the Jataka or Dhammavara, and then Sutta Nibbada and so on. Those are very ancient forms, and also all of these texts are poetic types. Stanza base verse type. Okay, and then second is prose type. That is second stage, like the Samyala Sutta or Brahmajala Sutta or Mahamrinivana Sutta. And then third stage is maybe like the commentary, and then sub commentaries. And then fourth stage is other not related to the Buddhist teaching, but written in the Pali language, like the Mahavansa or Dibbavansa. So other texts. Written in Pali in this way. So why the scholar, maybe that one also in the William Geiger. So William Geiger, scholar William Geiger, in his book, he divided in this way. So that is because in the past stage, all of the poetic, and so expounded by the Buddha himself and the chief disciple of the Buddha themselves. But in other prose type, and so in that the past stage, we can find the very ancient form. And in the prose type, very common, and the commentary and the sub-commentary is a later developed form, and the other texts are also such a later developed form we can see. So in that, so in such a prose type, or in the first stage, we can see the, the gerund form found in that stage is commonly. So root plus that gerund suffix doa. That is in first stage commonly we see. But later in the prose type or the commentary or sub-comment, so from the base is very rare, very rare. But later in the prose type or in the commentary, especially commentary, sub-commentary, and other texts written in Pali, so though from the base, gerund come from the base, become popular. Maybe because of easy to be formed or easy to guess it, maybe. So that is why. So some form can be found both. Some form can be found only root, or some can be found only in the the Bhavya form. So that is which root is. So grammatically, all of root can be both form. Only that information I can provide.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much, Bante. Sadhu.
Okay. So, okay, now almost 1 hour. So, okay, next time we will do the exercise. But before, doing the exercise, let me summarize. So today, this lesson, gerund and then infinitive. So two ways they derive from the root plus suffix. Okay, and then so at the time a change in happen. So elation of consonant or change of consonant or assimilation will happen. And the second way is vowel based, right? And that's suffix, infinitive or gerund. So at the time, so E is inserted. Before suffix. So, and then, so gerund, Pali gerund, or absolute form. So can be understood generally in three ways into English. One is, so having Bhav, so EDEN, based on the context. But another one is, so after, so Bhav ING, like the Bhav gerund or in English. And then that one is, so Bhav and the end. Okay, that is for gerund. And then infinitive. So infinitive is actually so used to denote purpose. Purpose of member. So, but for the translation is to and the verb infinitive. To verb infinitive. If to infinitive verb. So infinitive verb infinitive. So like the to do, etc., or to go, and so on. So that is summary of this lesson. So gerund and infinitive, we are forming, understanding the meaning in this way. Okay, so any question for this lesson or previous one also? So, okay, no more question. So, okay, next time we will do the exercise. So at the time, if you have time, so if you are convenient to do the exercise, please be prepared in advance. So at the time we can do those exercise quickly. Not compulsory. Okay, so anyone who want to try or who want to test yourself, so you can answer. You can raise your answer. You can raise your hand, and I will ask you that one by one. Okay, so if no more question, so let me stop here by saying sadhu. So sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Bante.
Welcome.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Bante. Good night.
Thank you, Bante. Good night.
Good
Thank you,
night. See
Bante.
you.
Sadhu.
Sadhu.
Thank you so much. Good night, Bante.
See you Friday.
Okay, see you then.